Yes, YouTube, welcome back again. You know, bearish order flow is a fact. It's over with pumping at the moment, but we as leverage traders, we don't care, right? Because we make gains on a daily basis. And if we are bullish or bearish, it doesn't matter. We take a long position or short position and we make gains, right? So actually, at this moment, I see some opportunities for BTC. You know, today I want to show you guys also something else. It's called Bookmap. Sometimes I check Bookmap to see where liquidity is at this moment, right? And I can tell you already that there's crazy liquidity on the downside. So, um, as that said, guys, short intro. Let's go to the chart. As you guys can see, we're watching at BTC again. And what you guys also can see now is that I'm waiting for a long position. That's weird, right? Because I said before that we were bearish and that we're looking for a short position. But why should we not go long to our short entry, right? One of the things I learn my students in the group is that you have to be patient before trading, right? For example, I see a short position coming, but it doesn't mean that I'm taking the short position immediately, right? What I always do is when I see bearish signs on the higher time frames, but now also on the lower time frames, what I always do is I wait for confirmation. The thing is, you need confirmation after a market structure shift. For example, I enter after market structure shift, right? So that means that yesterday we went bearish. So that means that we had bearish order flow. So what I'm doing actually is I wait for a market structure shift. This is actually a market structure shift. So I could enter here, and I did enter here yesterday and I made crazy gains, right? But it doesn't take away that there's a new opportunity for today to take a new long position. That's how I do it. I stay short in the market. I make crazy gains and I jump out. You have to remember, the shorter you stay in the market in case of time, the less risk you take in your trading. And in the time that you're in the trade and you gained your daily target in case of profits, then you're done, right? Then I stop trading. I trade for a living. That's how I do it. One thing is, once you become profitable and you see your model and you can make actually crazy gains in this market, then greed will kick in, right? And one of my biggest enemies is greed. I got a lot of times liquidated because I was greedy. So the only thing you can learn from that is by experience. So guys, as that said, market structure shift is a fact. We are in bullish order flow again. The higher time frame is still bearish. Let's do a top-down analysis. Let's go to a clean chart here. Let's clean this thing. So what you actually can see here on the RSI is that we had this bearish divergence. We had a liquidity sweep, and now we're in bearish order flow again, right? So what I'm expecting at the moment is that we retrace this 786 here to eventually come down. But why? Shouldn't we take a long position to this entry, right? So what I did actually is I put my fib from here to here to trade till this 786. That's 99.643k to eventually take a short here after confirmation of a market structure shift. That's how I do it. That's how I teach my students it. I'm not gonna explain you guys in details how I enter and when I enter, and because it's very important, once you trade on 200x leverage and you watch this daily time frame, it's almost impossible to find an entry on this daily. So once you become my student and you really want to change your life and you want to learn leverage trading, I'm going to teach you my model on the lower time frames to eventually enter a short position with crazy gains for like 10 to 15x one trade, right? So as that said, bearish on the higher time frame. We had this liquidity sweep. We are in bearish order flow again on the higher time frame. So for example, if we go to the 1 hour now, then you can see that we're creating a market structure shift and that we are bullish again. But it doesn't take away that we're still bearish on the higher time frames, right? So what I'm actually doing now here on the 15 is I'm waiting to catch my entry during New York time to eventually take a long position to the 786 on the daily, take profit, and then wait for confirmation market structure shift and enter my short. So you can actually see that this market is just moving like it's moving always, right? But the one thing you have to remember is that you are patient, because you know a lot of things and a lot of traders, they see their model and they want to jump in, but they're always too early, you know. And that's the thing, you have to wait for confirmation market structure shift, and then we enter the market with low risk, you know. And the timing of trading is very important, because you want to surf on the energy of the big guys, right? For example, you see no movement now at the moment. This chart is actually not moving. So, but this will change, you know. Today we have also CPI. That's a Fed event. That's a very famous event where crazy things can happen in the market. So that means that they release some information, statistics, numbers about the dollar and the economic situation in the USA. So that means that once they release this kind of numbers and statistics and information about the economic situation at the moment, crazy things can happen in this market. So it's very interesting to watch the chart during these timings. The thing is actually is that one of my rules is that I don't trade during these Fed events, but it's fun to watch the chart, what actually happens, right? Because, you know, it's always gambling. You don't know what kind of numbers they're releasing. You know, price can go up or down, so you have a 50% chance to make crazy gains or lose a lot of gains, right? And we are here not for gambling. We are here for real trading and to lower our risk and to make as much gains as possible, right? So as that said, guys, you know, I'm waiting for a long position here on the 15 to eventually catch my entry at 96.212. Okay, this is also the setup I shared in the group this morning, the free signal group. If you want to join the free signal group, go to cryptogainers.nl, fill in the form. You will receive a link to the Discord group, and you're very welcome. So guys, as that said, I'm longing my position to the 786 on the daily to eventually catch my short position for the crazy dumpage, right? But one thing I also wanted to show you guys is that when you go to Bookmap, for example, this is Bookmap. You can see real life where liquidity is at the moment. And what you can see is this crazy red lines here on 96k and 95k. That means that the most liquidity is down, right? So we can expect downside. But the market will not be the market if we first take out sell side liquidity on the upside to eventually drop down, right? So guys, as that said, be careful. Wait, let me do this. So guys, as that said, be careful with trading today during CPI. It's dangerous. You know, one of my rules is not to trade. But yeah, stay safe, make profits, and God bless you all. And stay tuned, because once we are at the 786 on the daily, I will post a new video to show you guys how I take this short position. So stay tuned and make some gains. See you in my next video. See you later.